Hi Libra, this is your horoscope for December 2016. Thanks for joining me. Now, the first really significant thing you'll notice, and this really bodes well for you going into the festive season, is that Mercury, the communication planet, moves from your third house in Sagittarius and it moves into Capricorn in your fourth house. Now, Mercury is the way you express yourself, it's the way you think, it's the way you behave in many ways. And up until the 3rd of December, it's about being adventurous, and it's been about discovering new things and having fun. And now on the 3rd, when Mercury goes into Capricorn, this very practical, dry, grounded, consistent, ambitious sign, goes into your 4th, you're really focused on your family life and moving into a period where family is your top priority and you're looking to make this a good time in your life. So other people's needs, just creating harmony in your family unit, making sure you're all on the same page so you move into the festive season in a positive place, that you take that on as your job, so to speak. You also have a lot of other energy going on in that 4th house, which really heightens that, and it's the strongest energy you've got in your whole chart. You've got 4 planets in this 4th house, 44, divinely guided, so you're meant to look at your family situation and support and help. You've got the moon, Venus and Pluto all in Capricorn in that 4th house, so you feel comfortable being around relationships that are family or that are so like friends that are almost like family. You will love making things better for them, doing nice things, I suppose getting them presents, but just cooking someone a meal can feel really, really fulfilling and satisfying, and you'll love that. And the effort you put in isn't going to be in vain, because the effort you put in here into your relationships will have a positive transformative effect, and you can really take your relationships to the next level where you're really pleased and happy with them. Now that continues strongly until the 8th of December, and then Venus leaves and it goes into your 5th house of romance and children in Aquarius, and that really obviously takes the focus a little bit away from the birth family and friends that are like family, and now you focus on your romantic life, and if you're married, focusing on your partner and your children and really just enjoying that family unit. And if you're single, focusing on finding a partner who's on your same wavelength, who's a genuine match. Now you also have Mars, the archetypal male principle in that 5th house of romance and relationship, and that bodes very well. It's the female and the male coming together in meeting, and the fact that they're both in your romance sector means that it's good time for love for you, Libra. So out of all of the signs of the zodiac, you really benefit the most from this, and this is your winter of romance possibly. So there's real potential for that. So if you are someone who's interested in that side of things, then really look at transforming your circumstances by going out there, making yourself available, and there's real potential to bring something wonderful into your life here. Now the full moon occurs on the 14th of December. There will be a separate video on the full moon which goes into a lot of detail, but as far as you're concerned, Libra, this full moon happens in your 9th house in Gemini. So this will make you very, very interested again in learning new things, and some sort of educational or travel opportunity will present itself, and it will almost be like a doorway of your life, and you can choose to walk through it or not. If you do see a catalogue for some fabulous cruise in Norway to see the Northern Lights or something like that, and you think, I should be working and I've been focusing on romance and relationship and maybe I should get serious, don't get too serious. If you do go on a holiday and you really do something wonderful for yourself and it makes you feel positive and good and excited about your future, then that's going to have a positive impact on other people. So see things a little bit loosely, I would suggest. And really, if there is a nice opportunity for you to have a good time, please take it. It will be, you deserve it. On the 19th of December, Mars now moves out of your 5th. So that big romance focus eases off a little bit, and it moves into Pisces in your 6th. And we've got a lot of energy now in that 6th house, and the 6th house becomes the primary focus. The 6th house is daily routine, and it has an association with work, and Mars is the planet of drive and wanting to get things done. Now, Mars isn't particularly happy in Pisces. Mars is about getting somewhere. It rules Aries. It's about let's go now. And Pisces isn't. Pisces is about connecting with spirits and almost being stationary and being open and passive. So there's a conflict here. So you may start to feel some sort of frustration in the sense that the way you feel your life ought to be doesn't match the way it actually is. And you can ease that off on the 19th here by having some sort of physical slash spiritual practice such as yoga or meditation. On the 19th, I would suggest that that is important. If you feel like things are incongruous in your life and they don't really match and you're dissatisfied, then a spiritual practice will really help. That sense of frustration will ease off on the 20th when Mars begins to conjunct Neptune, but I'll get into that in a minute. Now, the other thing happening on the 19th is that Mercury begins to go into retrograde until the 8th of January in your 4th house. So you, at the beginning of the month, have really made a lot of headway when it comes to your family situation and really creating a wonderful time there. Mercury going into retrograde isn't necessarily a bad thing here because it will force you to find different ways of communicating, and you've already done a lot of good work. You've set the scene for the festive season here to be good and positive. But it's very likely that maybe there will be new people joining you for Christmas, maybe friends who don't have anyone else to celebrate with maybe joining you, and there may be different ways of having the dynamic come together. And that's really nice. I mean, that's positive. You know, if you do have a friend who lives in your town, and think about other people, and you've got like maybe 5 and you'd like to have more, I'm sure you can think of someone else who would love to join you for Christmas. So you can really be in a position to help other people. So as far as the Mercury retrograde is concerned, Libra, I don't think you're really going to suffer with this one as far as retrogrades are concerned. I don't think it's going to be a particularly yikes one that you have to worry about. Now on the 20th, going back here, like I said earlier, Mars does begin to conjunct Neptune, and that sense of frustration will be soothed by the greater force of Neptune. Neptune is an outer planet, it's huge compared to Mars, and it really just soothes Mars a little bit and allows Mars to channel its energy in a way that's positive again. Now you do have a lot of Piscean energy in the 6th house, and you may become reflective about your life and the way it looks. And am I doing something for other people? Am I being helpful? Am I living the dream that I had when I was 15 years old? Don't be too harsh on yourself if it doesn't match, but make a note that you do still have dreams which are outstanding, and that you will pursue those in future, and that you will do something about it. And probably the one thing that I think will be on your to-do list is the relationship bliss. Unless you're already blissed out with the perfect partner and children, and then it will be, you know, what else can I achieve in my life? What's still on my to-do list here? So you're someone who's kind of dreaming of a future that isn't quite there yet. Now that conjunction stays until the 10th of January, so pay attention to the messages that come through. You know, what dreams are floating in and out, and could you make those a reality? The dreams and ideas that you get from the 20th of December until the 10th of January, those are real, and you can take action on those, and you can make those a real thing. So don't dismiss them and take them seriously, because your life can always get better, I suppose. And it depends where you are. You know, if things are really dreadful and terrible, then obviously really listen. But if you're quite content, it really just depends on what you're trying to achieve. On the 28th/29th of December, depending on where you are in the world, Uranus goes direct. Uranus is the planet of rebellion and eccentricity and doing things differently, and that's been retrograde in your 7th house, so there has been great potential for you to let go of chaotic situations in your relationships. And now, when it goes direct here on the 28th/29th, you really move forward with your relationships in your life, and you really set the tone of certain relationships and really become very clear on where you want them to go. Doesn't mean you're bossy, but it means that you're not playing around anymore, and you really know what it is you're trying to achieve and you pursue it. So you, out of all of the signs of the zodiac, Libra, you have the most clear vision when it comes to the people in your life and what that's going to look like in future, and you really go into the new year with that on your very kind of clear list of what am I going to do with that. On the 29th, a new moon occurs in Capricorn, and there will be an in-depth video on the new moon, so have a look at that. But as far as you're concerned with this, it will happen in your 4th house of family. So the new moon will really refocus you on family relationships and making those the best they can be. Remember, Mercury is still in retrograde here, so you're really going to be reconnecting with family and making things the best they can be. So you're a relationship expert here in December, Libra. So I hope you have a wonderful month. If you would like a private reading based on your place of birth, date of birth, time of birth, which is going to be more specific than this in regard to what your sole purpose is, what's coming up for you in career and your love life, then please get in touch with me via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll speak to you soon.